Hey y'all, I have here the new ProArt MD301 mouse, and I just wanted to show kind of the basics of it because I think it's like relatively new to the market. It seems like I got it the other day and you really almost couldn't get it earlier than that. And I don't think there's many like reviews of it or anything. So this is gonna be that, just to kind of help people understand what it can and cannot do. So I'm gonna start with the GearLink kind of browser-based configuration here. And you just go to this website, you click connect, and you select the mouse and click connect. Now, I also had a Keytron M68K, I think it's called. And that one has also has browser-based, but it doesn't even have a companion app. So everything is done in the browser, including you can do macros, you can do like timed macros, you can change every little setting all in the browser, which is to say I love this browser-based configuration tool. And I loved it on the Keytron M6, and I like it here too, but they actually push most of the legitimate features that you would kind of expect from a productivity mouse to require the companion app in this case. And it's frustrating because I know that it doesn't have to be that way, because the Keytron M6 lets me do like macros that I can customize and store on the mouse. Like for example, I want a button press to press like Windows tab, like a keyboard combo, and I cannot do that here. So I'm going to walk through that, but basically a lot of the features require you to get this companion app. You've got the power settings, straightforward, performance, some simple settings with like DPI and stuff. If it loads, okay, there it is. Relatively simple, and then button assignment. Now this is where I had hope, and oh, you got the profiles too. But this is where I had hope. I was really wanting to customize, I'll reset it here because I was messing with it. I was really wanting to customize this mouse so that a button press would lead to like Windows tab or something like that. And it doesn't really allow that. So first of all, you can see this requires the companion app, this requires the companion app, and I don't want the companion app because I don't really want like bloatware kind of running in the background and it can crash and then your mouse behaves differently, and like, I don't need it, I don't want it. I want it all onboard macros, and this being a work computer, I can't even install the companion app anyway. And so everything that's a feature that's behind having to install software is like useless to me. And so you can't do these two. And gesture here, that's like kind of the most interesting one, but it's really limited to multimedia and like what you'll see. Well, here, I'll do these ones first. So keyboard function, you can just do a single key. So I can make it so when I press a button, then it would press the F key or the Windows key or whatever, but not Windows and then another key. I can't do combos, I can only do one key, which the Keytron M6 does, so I know it's possible, and so it's frustrating to see that limitation here. For mouse functions, it's pretty limited, but you can pick things. I don't know, how is backward and forward a mouse function? I guess, I don't know. But like basically you can just select things. So this DPI switch up at the top, I can make me double click, so now it selects text as if I was double clicking on it. I don't know. Pretty limited in my opinion on that. And then multimedia, you can do like volume up and volume down. So if it's volume up, now it turns my volume up when I click the button that I have assigned to it. I don't know. I don't get to add into that. Gesture, this is the one interesting thing, aside from like really basic, simple kind of preordained, pre-programmed customization, which at least is something. You don't need to run the companion app, and you can customize it to some extent, but I'm really trying to do like alt tab and things like that by pressing a button on the mouse, and I can't do it with the built-in. But gesture is kind of interesting, except it's also very limited. So you can make it so if I hold that button, now I can move the mouse up and down to change the volume, which is what I'm doing, moving the mouse up and down while I hold that button. And then I can go into edit, and I can do previous track or next track. And then I can also do like, see all of this, document, window control, zoom control, it's all dependent on the companion app. And then if I come into customize, I can do what you saw before with like multimedia, mouse function, keyboard function. But like none of this does me any good because I cannot do combos for whatever reason here. And so I find it really limited. Some people, maybe that'll be plenty and that's what they're looking for. Or maybe you're able to install the companion app and you don't mind running an app all the time for your mouse to work. And if that's you, then that's fine too. But like, this mouse is not what I wanted it to be, and so I'm going to be returning it. Other than the combo key thing, it's awesome. If it did that, then I would be in business here. I would love it because that would be all I'd need to make this actually work exactly how I want it to without having to run any software, and it works on glass, and it's got this sleek design. So yeah, now getting into the design a little bit after I've rambled on about the software. Here is the mouse itself. You could see this little magnetic cover thing you've got there, and in there is where the dongle is stored, and then it just kind of magnetically snaps back on. And then you've got Bluetooth or the dongle, and then this is like DPI settings or whatever, profile settings, I don't know, whatever. I guess probably profile. These buttons are not too satisfying to click, but they're okay. Got this little like design going on here. Got the nice scroll wheel, fairly nice scroll wheel. And here, let me turn this mouse off so it's not messing with the computer in the background. Click buttons. This is like a DPI switch, but you can program it. This is pretty good click, pretty good click. I guess you can like replace the switches in the mouse if it, I don't know if it's if they wear out or if you just want different click settings or what. But I think those are pretty good. And overall, I just think the design is pretty solid. The one thing also that I wanted to talk about is the scroll wheel. And so some mouses have like a button you click and it switches between infinite scroll or regular scroll. This does not have that. This button is unrelated. This mouse is not even on, and it wouldn't behave any differently if it was on. Like there's no software controlling the scroll wheel or anything like that. All you have is regular feeling scroll. In my opinion, it feels pretty normal scroll. And then if I flick it, I do go into like kind of an infinite scroll. And so this is not software controlled or anything. It's just, it feels fairly normal scrolling. There is some like click, click, click going on when I move my finger back and forth. But then also I get infinite scroll when I scroll it. And I like that. I think that's pretty sleek and like works pretty well. And I don't have to mess with like a button and choices or whatever on whether how I want the scroll wheel to work. But I don't know. Some people might like or dislike that. And then I've got the click on the scroll wheel there itself. Yeah, overall pretty good. I like everything about it, except I wish I wish the browser software, the browser-based configurator allowed me to program actual macros or keyboard combos or whatever you want to call those, because I absolutely need that. I don't have a choice. It's the whole point of getting this mouse is to be able to make it like a productivity mouse where it actually does the things that I want to do and would make it comparable to my trackpad that I have on the laptop here. It's just that the trackpad is like painful to use. Like it really hurts to click because it's just not a great trackpad. And so that's why I would like a mouse that's like a comparable ability that has like the same things I'm able to do there with like all the gestures and whatnot. So not bad, but not gonna suit my needs. And yeah, hopefully that's helpful to someone. I just want to make the video to kind of explain this mouse a bit. All right, bye.